My name is James Garner, and this is I've Got a Secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by light racing, clean-tasting Pepsi-Cola, the modern drink for today's active life. Now it's Pepsi, for those who think young. Now, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Thanks ever so much. Welcome, good friends, to yet another edition of I've Got a Secret. Before proceeding, let's meet the member of our blue ribbon panel. First, there's Bill Cullen, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, William.
That's what I gave you for my last birthday.
Next, there is Betsy Palmer, who is looking forward to a new birthday shortly. And Henry Morgan, who exactly along with me has reached the age where he'd rather forget about the whole thing. And sitting in for Bess Meyerson, who's off on a week's vacation, is a very dear friend of mine who will be opening in her first New York nightclub engagement at the Latin Quarter next Wednesday. Here's Marilyn Maxwell. Nice to have you with us, Maxie.
Thank you.
Isn't that a horrible thing that a lovely girl like that, that's what her buddies call her, Maxie.
Maxie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, the Max. This doesn't sound right.
Oh, yeah.
However, may we have our first contestant, please? Will you come in? Would you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
My name is George Larrick, and I'm from Washington, D.C.
Mr. Larrick, and he is from Washington, D.C. Mr. Larrick, what is this rather fantastic-looking machine all about?
Well, that's my secret.
That's your secret? All right, if you whisper it to me, we'll share it with the folks at home. Uh-huh. Wow. Well, tell me more. All right, come on over here and have a seat. Needless to say, panel, this gentleman's secret concerns the machine, and Betsy Palmer, let's start with you, please.
All right. Mr. Larrick, is this machine involved with a human being in any way?
Yes?
A human being uses. It looks as though it has a place for feet to go on it, on the top. Has it something to do with getting you from somewhere to somewhere?
No.
But are your feet used in this at all?
Yes?
Do you hang on to the poles at the side?
Yes, the poles are there for support
yes,
purposes.
Yes.
Is it a very...
Oh, what was it, Betsy?
I was going to say, is it a very fancy pogo stick?
No.
No? But
Now, $20 lost and $60 to go. We go to Henry Morgan, please.
Mr. Larrick, what do? You stand and pump your legs up and down?
No.
Does it pump your legs up and down?
Yes?
Yeah, that's part of its function.
Is it, are you eating, Gary?
No, if I had some, I'd share it with you. Why are you hungry?
Oh, I don't know. You thought you'd swallow some. Surprised me. Mr. Larrick, when the thing pushes your feet up and down, does it, or does anybody accomplish anything?
No.
Oh, that's a nifty machine. I like that.
$40 down and $40 to go. We go, please, to Marilyn Maxwell.
Mr. Larrick, is this a machine that's used in any way for dietary reasons? To help weight?
No.
It isn't. Then I can't use it.
You don't need it.
Is this some kind of a contraption that when you move your feet on it and you hold the sides that you go someplace?
No.
It's not an exercise.
Has no locomotive powers. Well, now, Missy, Bill Cullen, you're still left, buddy. 60 down, 20 to go.
From what everybody else has ascertained, it looks like a machine that you get on, and it puts you through a lot of rigorous motions, and it ends up, you don't do anything. You get off tired. Is it a tired-making machine?
Are you saying it's a machine that accomplishes nothing?
Yes.
Yes, you're right. That's exactly what it is. It accomplishes nothing. Now, even when it was working, panel, it accomplished nothing. Here's what happened. When I say even when it was working, it blew a fuse 5 minutes before airtime. Behind me here is a long control panel. All sorts of electrical switches, little dials that go back and forth. And when the thing was working, very slowly, these foot pieces would go to the side and they would tilt you up on your toes and so forth. And when you had finished doing all of this, it was of no use whatsoever. And the machine's cost is $4,200. Now, let me tell you that Mr. Larrick, you want to come down here, sir? He is the commissioner of the United States Food and Drug Administration, and he tells me that many people have paid anywhere from $5 to $25 a treatment on this machine until the Food and Drug Administration seized the machine and proved it was absolutely useless. What was the device supposed to do, sir?
It was supposed to cure most of the ailments of mankind. It was supposed to straighten out your spine, and that was supposed to be the key to the cure of tuberculosis, rheumatism, and a vast array of serious human diseases.
Well, I want you to see some of the other devices that the Food and Drug Administration has seized and condemned by court order. And when you see them, it's possible that you'll laugh because they do have their funny aspects. Unfortunately, however, a lot of ill people have spent a lot of money each year buying or using them. Now, we'll show you some of these devices, hard to believe. Let's take this most imposing-looking console here, sir. Can you tell us about it?
Well, this is an antipathic radiation laboratory. And you took a piece of cotton with some body fluid, preferably blood, and put it in this orifice. And then by manipulating these dials in a very impressive way, you were supposed to be able to ascertain anything that's wrong with you.
This was a diagnostic machine.
That was a diagnostic machine, and it sold for $495, and a great many people wasted their hard-earned money on the machine to no avail.
Now, he very grandly referred to this as an orifice, another word which is hole, and the awful part about it is there's nothing in there. It's just a hole that's not connected to anything. So you take a blood sample on some cotton, stuff it in there, turn the dials, and then the fellow says you've got tuberculosis, you know. Isn't that terrible? Now, look, let me model this for you. Sir, there's the data on it.
Well, that's a helmet, a thermoplax helmet, that was be connected with the electric line. And when you turned it on, it would vibrate. And that would cure asthma and all sorts of allergies and diseases of that nature. And that cost you, for nothing, $25.
$25. It gives you a whale of a good headache, too. Now then, here I think is perhaps the most cruel of them all. This is nothing more than what I would describe as a brass nail. And you, with a safety pin, you attached it to yourself. How much did these sell for, sir?
$300 plus sales tax.
$300 plus sales tax, and what was the purpose of it, supposedly?
It was supposed to cure everything from diabetes to high blood pressure and low blood pressure, and it was sold to some very famous people.
And also, you told me, one, this is supposed to be a fun show, but if we accomplish something here by scaring people away from these things, it'll be worth putting a little damper on the proceedings. You were telling me about the little child.
Yes, the radioactive material in there was supposed to cure this child of its diabetes. And the child gave up the insulin, rather the parents gave up the insulin, and the child died.
So there is a serious purpose to all this, and this is only scratching the surface of the many, many quack devices. Henry, yes?
Sir, are they still selling those frightening cancer cure electric devices?
There's no end to them. We've put them out of business and new ones come along, but we're very energetically pursuing a course to take them into federal court as fast as we can find them and prove our case.
And, sir, how much money do the American people spend on these and other quack devices?
We estimate that people completely waste $1 billion a year on quackery and the treatment of serious diseases.
$1 billion?
$1 billion. They not only lose their money, but they deprive themselves of competent medical care.
And what can we do about it, sir? I mean, if somebody approaches you with some of these gadgets.
Before you spend your money on contraptions or other devices, I would consult with my own physician, go to your local health department, or ask the Food and Drug Administration.
Well, sir, I think you performed a service as well as been most interesting. Thank you so much for being with us.
Get it close.
Now, we'll be back with you again right after this important message. Here we go.
People who think young like modern travel and first-class refreshment. Light, bracing, clean-tasting.
The lively crowd today agree. Those who think young say Pepsi, please. They pick the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi for those who think young. When you say Pepsi, please, you're putting yourself among people who like their leisure. With Pepsi, the drink that's young. So go ahead and pick the drink that lets you drink young as you think. Yes, get the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi for those who think young.
Now then, may we welcome, please, our second guest of the evening. Will you come in? Now, panel, because this gentleman's name might give you a clue to his secret, we'll just introduce him as Mr. X. And Mr. X, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to the audience at home. How about that? Well, the clue to Mr. X's secret concerns something he did. We left off with Bill Cullen last time, so we'll start this time with Betsy.
I have a sneaky feeling I know who this man is.
Go ahead.
I have a feeling. Should I disqualify myself or not?
Well, how would you have known? I mean, had
I
you
would
met
have
him?
read about it in the newspaper, wouldn't I? And wouldn't I have seen your picture in the paper?
Would he? Is
Would
that
they?
possible, sir?
Yes,
And has there been great discussions?
I'm
about
sorry,
it?
time is up. $20 down and $60 to go when we go to Henry Morgan.
It's very exciting.
Is that so?
Yes. I'm the person in the world that you would think would know about this, too.
Then I got a clue. It must be sports. Is it?
Well, I'm not going to tell.
That's a good girl.
No.
Yes, I have a sneaky feeling I don't know. Mr. X, is it sports?
Yes, it is sports.
Did you just do this very recently?
Yes.
They'll do pole vault. 16, the bar fell down the first time. And
aluminum pole.
Oh, you should glass, fiberglass.
Panel, let me reintroduce you to Mr. X. This is Corporal John Ulysses, the Marine who astounded the sports world by becoming the first and only man to ever pole vault 16 feet. To be exact, his record is 16 feet and 3/4 of an inch. Now, before you broke the record, Corporal Ulysses, what was the highest that anybody had ever pole vaulted?
15, 10, and 1/4 inch.
Well, now, I understand that because you used a fiberglass pole, there are some people who question the validity of your record. Will you explain to us why they questioned it and how you feel about this controversy?
Well, some people seem to think that my using a fiberglass eliminates the art of vaulting, but tests actually prove that the bamboo pole used 20 or 30 years ago was more of a catapult than they claim the fiberglass is. And
In other words, they were claiming that the fiberglass had an extraordinary amount of snap, and so it kind of threw you over the pole.
yes, that's what they say.
But as you say, the old bamboo pole that was used 20 or 30 years ago actually has more snap, right?
That's true.
And isn't it also true that Bob Mathias used a fiberglass pole when he set his decathlon record in 1952?
Yes, he sure did.
So that was 10 years ago, and so there shouldn't be any hollering about that. Now, when you first pole vaulted over 16 feet, you had another controversy on your hands. What happened?
Well, there was an unknown photographer. I got all excited and got too close to the stand and knocked my bar down.
He knocked the bar down after the jump had been accomplished, a good 10 or 15 seconds after. Unfortunately, the rules say that the bar must be measured both before and after the jump. And so, before they had a chance to measure it, this impetuous photographer knocked the bar off accidentally, and there was some question as to whether the record was official. But just to make matters simple, he went out and pole vaulted higher the next night, which did get measured. Now, I think that we should take a look at the historic sports moment when John Ulysses became the first man to clear 16 feet in the pole vault. If we can have the curtains open, please, we'll be able to see the monitor panel. Now, there's the monitor, and in a second we will see Madison Square Garden and John Ulysses making his third and last try at 16 feet. All right, you can roll the film now. Frank, there's the first frame, and here it moves. He had tried twice and had failed. Is that right, John?
That's right.
All right, now there's the bar. You can see the bar up there. It is striped. 16 feet is a lot of height. Here comes the run-up. A long shot. And... there he goes. Then he's over. Now, wait a minute. If you'll watch very closely, now you see he's rolled out of the pit. Now watch now, and you'll see the pole. There it goes. The pole just got knocked down. Now, how did you feel when this man came along and knocked the pole down?
Well, I just knew I had to do it again.
So maybe this is what gave you the incentive for the next night. Yes, Henry.
No, I think, haven't you said that you're going to do 16.6?
Yes, I think so.
And I'm sure you will.
As a matter of fact, he told me he does not think that 17 is impossible, and he doesn't think it's utterly impossible that maybe he might accomplish it someday. He carefully says might. Right?
Yes.
Well, John, I certainly want to thank you for being here with us tonight. And by the way, since Corporal Ulysses is an amateur athlete, he has appeared here tonight with special permission of the Amateur Athletic Union of the United States. And in order to retain his amateur status, his winnings are being sent to the AAU Olympic Development Fund. So thank you again, Corporal Ulysses, and good luck in your next meet.
Thank you.
Now, we will meet our special guest for tonight in just a moment, but first, here's a word from a friend of ours.
Hello, I'm Denise Lohr. You know, February is a great month for parties, and we found a sure way to make every party a success by taking pictures with our Polaroid 10-second automatic camera. It's so much fun, and it's so easy. Just watch. Can you smile, Henry? 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. You see, it's just that simple. All I did was press 3 buttons, and the electric eye here sets the correct exposure automatically from dawn to dusk. And you don't even have to focus this camera. Now let's see the picture. Here we are. Isn't that something? What could be simpler? The Polaroid 10-second automatic camera comes complete with everything, right down to this tiny built-in flash gun for indoor pictures. So see your dealer, then invite your guests and have a wonderful time.
Now it is time for us to meet our special guest of the evening. You'll soon be seeing him in the new United Artists movie, The Children's Hour, co-starring with Audrey Hepburn and Shirley MacLaine. Here is James Garner.
Beautiful thing. Marvelous thing. Always wondered how you got that beautiful head of hair. That does it for you, huh?
He sold it to me cheap.
Oh, good. That's very nice. Awfully nice fellow. May I ask what you have in store for our panel tonight?
Well, after seeing the film on the John Ulysses pole vaulting 16 feet, it kind of gave us an idea to put the panel to a test.
Well, good. Our panel welcomes challenges. What do you have in mind for them?
Well, what we did, we got together some film clips of other sporting events. And, well, for example, we had a horse race, and we thought we'd run the horse race and let you see part of it until the horses got into the home stretch, and then we'd stop the film and let you see if you could pick out the winner, but each one of you.
Well, that sounds interesting. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. You'll watch the film panel here on the monitor, and if you happen to pick the right horse or the right contestant in any of these contests, you'll give yourself 10 points, and the one who has the highest number at the end will win this beautiful cigarette lighter, which is going to come in handy for us a little later on.
We knew you'd like it.
All right, now, Frank, if you're ready, let's roll the first piece of film, which is the horse race. Watch the horses go, and we're going to stop them. They're coming down the stretch now, yes.
Oh.
All right, and we stop them. And with advance information, I will tell you that it's one of these 4 horses.
Yes.
There's 1, 2, and there are 2 of them right here. It's one of those 4. So, Bill Cullen, which of those 4 do you pick?
Ladies first.
All right, Marilyn Maxwell, which of the 4 do you pick?
The one that's in the middle there between those two. Right
there, we'll call him
one.
number 3. We'll call this 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I take 3.
All right, you got number 3. Bill Cullen, which one do you want?
I'll take 2.
You'll take number 2. All right, Betsy?
Can we take the same one?
Oh, sure.
Then I'm 3 with Marilyn.
You're 3 with Marilyn. We have 2 and 3 taken so far. Henry Morgan?
I'll take 3.
You'll take 3, huh? All right, everybody's on number 3, right? All right, let's go. Let's go to the end of the race. They're coming down the stretch. Here. Look at number 3. Look at number 3 fall behind. Look at number 3 falling back. That's number 3. Number 4 by a length and a half.
Well, it was close.
That was close, but not enough for anybody to get any points. All right, what do you got up next for us?
Well, the next thing we had is a finger pulling contest.
What is
they're
that?
hard to find. Finger pulling contest where 2 men sit at a table and they have a brass ring in between them, and it's kind of a 2-man tug of war. They put their fingers in the rings and pull.
The one who wins who can pull the fellow over to the other side of the table. All right, this is a great Swiss sport. Let's roll the film, and we'll watch the start of this event. Just 2 men. Here's the start of it. It looks like Bert Wheeler, doesn't it? And there we stop the film, and you must take your choice between the man on the right and the man on the left. And, Betsy, we'll start with you. Who do you think?
I'll take the man on the right.
You'll take the man on the right, this gentleman over here.
Yes.
All right, Henry Morgan, which man will you take?
See, I don't know, Gary. This is all so exciting.
You have no sporting blood.
I'll take the man on the left because I followed Betsy before and it was wrong.
All right, the man on the left, and that's Henry and Betsy now. All right, how about you, Marilyn?
Well, I'll take the man on the left because he had sort of an amusing look on his face. I'm plugging for him.
Man on the left. All right, and Bill Cullen?
I'll take the referee because no one voted for him. No, I'll take the man on the right.
Man on the right. All right, the bets are evenly divided, and let's start the finger-pulling contest. And the winner is the man on the right.
Didn't hurt his finger, but he ruined his nose.
Yes. Now, this next one's kind of sexy. You want to tell about it? Sexy, I understand, too.
Yeah, the next one is a cross-country race. And, of course, the only difference is all the contestants are women.
What beautiful women.
Oh,
Frank, will
lovely
you
things.
flip the film up? Now, panel, watch carefully so you can pick a winner when we stop the film. Go, ladies. Go.
Isn't that nice? I knew you'd love it.
And we stop them, and again, from advance information, I can tell you that one of these 4 ladies, the 3 grouped here and the 1 lady over there, one of these 4 ladies is the eventual winner. Henry, which one would you like to pick?
I naturally would pick the one with the big cabs. The one with the big cabs.
One with the big, that would be almost any one of them. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Call your number.
Oh, 4.
You take number 4, the lady over all by herself.
Yeah.
All right, Marilyn Maxwell.
Her best friends won't tell her.
Let's see. I really don't know. I'll just guess 2 because I've been consistently wrong.
Number 2. This is the lady with the
Yeah.
black shorts and the black sweater. All right. How about you, Bill?
Well, she looks like she's about to run into the lady in front of her. And if she does, then they will fall down, including that one behind them. So I'll go with Henry's lady with the big chance there.
Lady with the big chance over here.
Big chance.
All right.
I want the lady with the big pigtail.
The lady will take the lady with the pigtails.
Yes.
All right, all selections are made. Run, ladies. We'll see who's going to win this thing. And puff and pant, and there they go. And watch the lady with the pigtails. You satisfied with your runner, Betsy?
Yes, wasn't she
I
lovely?
think you speeded that film. That's what I think.
I think it was a slightly fake film myself.
Yes.
It must have come from one real comedy or 2 real comedies.
She was a joy to behold.
And Jim, what final stirring event do we have?
Well, we have some more marvelous film of the great canoe joust.
A canoe joust?
Yes, 2 guys standing in a canoe, and the idea is for one to knock the other guy off in the water.
All right, we'll get a picture of the 2 men. Now, this happened so fast.
Juice or just?
Just. You're kidding.
Just or juice? Joust ain't in the
Just
book.
joust to me.
Are you fooling, Henry? Is this...
No, I'm not. I'm not.
All right, but now let's take a quick picture here, and you have to pick either the man on the right or the man on the left of the two juicers.
They're both juiced, yeah.
Else they wouldn't be involved in it. All right, Marilyn Maxwell, which one do you like? The gentleman on the right, gentleman on the left?
Let's see. Well, I'll take the one on the left.
Take the man on the left. All right, Bill Cullen.
I'll take the man on the right.
Man on the right. All right, Betsy.
I'll take the man on the left, too.
Man on the left, and Henry.
I'll take the man on the left.
Man on the left. We've got 3 on the left and 1 on the right, and let's go and see what happens. Here we go, gentlemen. No, Marilyn, you were in on the know there. Now, one final contest before we go up the air. By the way, what's the score so far, Bill?
We both have 20.
We got 20.
Both got 20, and how about...
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, you got 10 for the last one.
I did.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
All right, now, look. You're going to have to make a bet right now as to how many times Jim Garner can light this lighter before it fails once. How many times in succession can he light it before it fails once? All right, Bill, hurriedly.
Well, we're a little late, so I'll say 3.
I'll say 10.
10, Henry?
11.
11? Marilyn?
1.
1. All right, then, here we go. And it didn't light at all. Marilyn Maxwell is the winner. She gets the lighter. Jim, we're right smack up against the clock. I want to thank you very much for gracing our boards tonight. Large hand for James Garner as we say goodnight. We'll see you.
Now, here's the message of interest from General Foods.
This is a dessert topping. The dessert topping in a box. Dream Whip for real homemade taste and texture. All you do is whip it up with milk and vanilla. But what Dream Whip does for desserts is a real surprise. On Jell-O strawberry gelatin, pie, pound cake, fresh peaches. Light, fluffy Dream Whip makes everything it touches taste better, more exciting. Yet it's so lusciously low in calories, only 17 per tablespoon serving. And Dream Whip stays fresh so long, you can make it hours before dinner. It won't wilt or separate like other toppings. In fact, extra Dream Whip will stay fresh for days in your refrigerator. Keep several boxes handy on your pantry shelf. Always fresh, ready, and waiting. That's Dream Whip, another fine product of General Foods.
This is Walter Cronkite. From blast off to recovery, CBS News will bring you the best coverage of America's first man in orbit, here on CBS television and radio. Has been brought to you tonight by Pepsi-Cola. People who like light-bracing, clean-tasting refreshment always say Pepsi, please. Now it's Pepsi for those who think young. The preceding program was pre-recorded. This is John Cannon speaking.